HTML the tough way, where you're actually writing the actual code of of the HTML. But it kind of introduced me to the idea of building my own website and being online and so forth. And I went through this entire book, went through the entire course, and then after I learned how to code HTML this way, then I eventually found out that I don't think I have that book anymore, do I? Doesn't seem so, but after I've gone through all of that trouble, then I discovered Dreamweaver. And I realized, okay, then instead of doing all that code for myself, then I could learn, I could do it as a WYSIWYG, what you see is what you get. As you know, Dreamweaver and front page, much easier than actually writing the code. And so I think I got a free trial of Dreamweaver, and then maybe I've passed that out already, but I bought a book on how to a manual on Dreamweaver. Let's see if this is it here. Oh no, this is Flash, but it was similar to this. And could you imagine that I read through all of these books? But anyhow, it was one thick like this on Flash, another one on Dreamweaver, and I went through the entire book. The one on Flash, the one on Dreamweaver, and also the one on Fireworks. Okay. My wife don't really understand it, but when I'm really into something, I'm into something. I don't, skirt on the border. I hate mediocrity. Okay, what I'm into, and so therefore I read as much as possible as I can. And that is why it kind of gets under my skin when I hear copywriters saying, "Oh, you just need to read this one book," or this is something that anybody can do. In other words, I hate to see when people who are in this copywriting business kind of downplay education. Of course, you might get by without a college education, and you don't have to be a whiz in this or a whiz in English or anything like that. But I'm thinking that, I go to the dentist, I want to know that my guy went to school, okay? I go to the I'm going to have surgery, I would like to know this guy has some experience in what he's doing. The same thing as well too, should pertain to copywriters as well too. I don't think it's something that we should just pass off and think, okay, well, this is something that anybody can do, and it really gets under my nerves when I hear people say, well, it's no big deal, anybody can do this, okay? But whatever I do, I get into deep, and see the thickness of these books. I want to learn Flash, even though I don't really use it anymore. I bought this book, and I bought the Dreamweaver, I bought the Fireworks, and I went through these as well too. Okay, see, I didn't understand CSS. I bought a book on teaching myself CSS, even though I don't really, maybe you ask me a question about CSS, I don't even know it anymore. But the whole idea about it is that whatever I'm interested in, I go into it in a deep way. Okay, and so I went through all this book as well too, in CSS. Okay, and I have I have a couple others as well too. Okay, I have a couple others behind as well too. Even publishing, e-publishing for dummies. Okay, I bought this book as well too when I wanted to know if there was anything extra about how to write ebooks and how to publish books online and stuff like that. Okay, the whole idea about it is that I like to know that I'm on the cutting edge and that I'm educating myself with regard to anything that I'm interested in. So come now to 1999. I registered my domain name. I tried to learn how to build a website, and I got Dreamweaver. That's when I mentioned Dreamweaver. That's when I kind of went off a little while. I'm sorry about that, but I got Dreamweaver. I learned how to use Dreamweaver, and I've been using Dreamweaver ever since. Okay, I think I have the latest version of Dreamweaver that I use now to do my website, even though sometimes I also use front page as well, to do my little highlighting, yellow highlighting and so forth. Okay, so I learned to use Dreamweaver. And then come to next year, 2000. In the year 2000, I went to graduate school. At the time, I had 4 kids. I have 2 sets of twins. Right now, they are 9 and 10. In fact, next week is the first set of twin birthday, July 25th. And so I'm going to have, they're going to be 10 and 11 soon. Anyhow, so I had 4 young kids in school, 4 babies in school, and I was in graduate school, and my wife was working in the nights from 11 in the night to 7 in the morning. So by the time I come in, she goes out and so forth. Anyway, I did that for a year, and then I decided, even though I was doing well in school, I had a very good GPA, I decided, this is not really working, and so I left graduate school. And now 2001 hit, September 11th, it was difficult to find a job, and so now I went back online now to see, and I hate interviews. That's one of the reasons why I work for myself. I hate to sit I hate to be sitting across someone else trying to convince them what I can do and what I can't do. Oh, I hate interviews. Oh boy. Anyhow, that was one of the motivation why I decided I was going to go and work for myself. So come 2001 now, I decided now to plunge myself into internet marketing, learning as much as I could. And then I think that was the time when I met signed up. I met Terry Dean. Okay, if you can see this, Terry Dean, an internet marketing protege program. I bought this program. I'm a reseller for this program. But that's when I actually met Terry Dean, signed up for Net Breakthrough, and I started learning about internet marketing from Terry Dean. And then I wrote my first ebook, and I wrote my first sales letter, my very first sales letter, without actually delving myself into copywriting. And you can still find a sales letter at noclicktrafficsecret.com. I even sell a video explaining how the sales letter I did so well, but I wrote that sales letter without even reading one copywriting book. It sounds as though I'm kind of going against something that I said earlier when I talked about education, but it's not. The whole point here that sales letter did over 15% in conversion from untargeted traffic, and it is one of the most highest converting sales letters that I ever wrote. Okay, but I did that sales letter. I was a member of Terry Dean's board at that time. There were some people on that board who was very helpful to critique the sales letter for me, and that is why today on many forum boards I still do critiques, free critiques, even though I have a paid service for people, because when I was starting out, other people helped me out as well too. And the whole point is that if people help you, you help others, you carry on with love. And I studied internet marketing protege program, and this was a real breakthrough for me in terms of the number of in terms of really taking internet marketing seriously. Following that, I decided, okay, I needed to learn as much as I can about copywriting, and so I started, studying copywriting, copywriters online. A few of them was at the time was Yannick Silver. I would study his letters. Then I found about Dan Kennedy. I would study his letters. Then Gary Halbert I study his letters, and I try as much as possible to buy as many copywriting books. Try to buy as many copywriting books as possible. Here, the book by my friend Nick Osborne, Net Words. This is one of the books that I bought. All the books that I bought as well too. And actually, if I was to take all my books, copywriting books, and stack them up here, they would stack from the floor and way up to the ceiling. In terms of the books that I bought. Okay. Along with that, what I would do is that I would also, take these folders. This is okay. That's another Net Breakthrough. That's another internet marketing for the program by Terry Dean. Oh no, this is my book. This is script for my book. But what I would do is that I would take basically folders like this, binders like this, and build my own swipe file. So every time I find a good sales letter online that I would like to use, or I found, it was a good sales letter, then I would actually, print them online, put them in a binder like this, and I would study them, and mark into them. There's some people who recommend that, to learn copywriting, that you actually write out the sales letter. It works, but even though I haven't basically done it myself, but it does work because, helping you, when you write something, it kind of does something in terms of helping you to remember. And something get, filtered out by osmosis, by the process of writing. So it does work. That's something that I would recommend as well. But I take those sales letters, put them in a binder, and I would study them. There was one set of letters. Could I find them here? Oh, here they this is a set of letters, magnetic sales letters with Michael Kimball. Okay, this was a set of sales letters that I got with a sales letter I got, I think was as a member of the Warrior Forum. I think was in those days the Warrior Forum, you had to pay to be a part of the Warrior Forum. It's not like that anymore, and it's one of the most popular forums online right now. But in those days, you had to buy a product, from Alan Sales, and I think I signed up for the Warrior Forum, the host for profits. Okay, that